You've never really seen anyone grind on a pull-up like a bench press or a dip. I understand why that is, and it helped me get my pull-ups to 35 kilos for 3 reps. Hey bro, I'm Orpheus, a 15-year-old calisthenics athlete. I want to teach you the same things I learned about pull-ups so that you can explode your pull-up progress understanding everything about pull-ups. So why can't you grind on a pull-up like you can on a bench press or a dip? There are two main reasons. They are the internal factors and the external factors. The internal factors are stuff like your body and like the muscles and everything. The external factors are gravity and just the mechanics of the pull-up. Let's go over why pull-ups aren't grindable, and at the end, how you can change your training from what you've learned. So first off, we're gonna go off the pull-up mechanics, right? In a pull-up, you have to actively stabilize yourself. Let's say you go up, you swing a little bit, you have to stabilize your abs, crunch, whatever, so that you're able to, go over and get your chin over at the right timing, right? But in something like the bench press, you're passively stabilized, right? If you're at the top of the bench, you don't have to do that much. Like, okay, if it's like super heavy, you kind of feel that at the top of the bench, but it's pretty easy to hold it because you're like passively stabilized from the bench, right? The second reason is that gravity is fixed, and if your movement pattern changes during a pull-up, you're 100% gonna fail the rep. What do I mean by this? You've definitely done a lot of pull-ups, and if you've ever pulled at the wrong timing, let's say you pull a little bit too early, especially if you're going weighted, like really heavy, you'll feel that it was way harder to get your chin over the bar, or you just didn't make it. But in something like the bench press, you can go ahead and, flare your elbows out, like shrug your shoulders, put them down, whatever. You can arch more, put your butt up. There's so many things you can do to, get over that sticking point, to use slightly different muscles to get over that sticking point, right? But in pull-ups, that completely doesn't exist. If you fail the swing, the form right from the beginning, that means you're probably gonna fail the rep if it's heavy. By the way, I have my free school community below where I will personally coach you one-on-one, where we can also go over your pull-up technique. Next, we have your body mechanics. When your body senses that a smaller muscle, like the rotator cuff, is failing, like it's about to fail, it will stop the bigger muscles, like the lats or the biceps, from working as hard, from firing as hard, because you'll most likely get injured. Next up, we have your grip. This is another potential weak link in the chain, like these smaller muscles, but it's a bit different. If your grip is weak or something happens to your grip during the pull-up, your body will immediately stop you from being able to pull as hard as you want to pull. And so this is why we need to use chalk, especially for weighted pull-ups, when you're going really heavy, right? When you're going into lower reps and stuff, because your body will immediately feel that and will cancel you out from, going as hard. Next, we have your muscles contracting. At the top of the pull-up, why it feels so hard is because all of your muscles are 100% contracted, right? My bicep right now is not contracted at all. Now it's 50% kinda. This is 100%. And so at the pull-up, basically all your muscles are at 100%, like your lats, your biceps, your forearms, so many muscles. And at the shortened part, you're absolutely the weakest. So what happens is the pull-up on its own is difficult, mechanically, but also your body is mechanically worse at the top part because all of your muscles are shortened. We can't change physics, but how can we get stronger with what we now know? First off, warm up literally everything. I usually take a resistance band, do some rows like this, do some face pulls, take some light 1 or 2 kilo dumbbells, just do some bicep curls like this. I also do some I go on the bar with a false grip and then do some shrugs or scapular pull-ups. So I make sure to warm up everything, obviously build up to the weight on my weighted pull-up. But if you warm up everything, what'll happen is your small muscles won't be such a neurological limiting factor. What I mean by that is, like we said, they will stop the bigger muscles from firing as hard. So if they're warmed up, they'll likely, not stop the bigger muscles, right? The next thing is spend more time at the top of the pull-up. You don't just go here and chill for 5 minutes, but we know, right, that your muscles, when they contract, they're weaker, so at the top, we're weaker. So we have to spend more time in it. Some exercises that do this well are top lock pull-ups, right, where you just go, hold it for 5 seconds or something, just hold that, maybe do it weighted, unweighted, whatever you need to, right? Just make sure it's quality. Another thing is half log pull-ups. So you go up, you go all the way up, like hold it for like half a second to 1 second, go down, lock it out again, go back down. Another exercise you can do with dumbbells or like a bar is you can set a bench to like a high incline, right? Something like this. And then you go lean on the bench, take your dumbbells in front of the bench, and then curl them like this, reverse curl or regular curl. So it biases more of that top part, right? Where we want to get stronger. This is like the opposite of what you want to do for hypertrophy, but you're still going to get pretty big anyways. And strength is still our priority, so it doesn't really matter. The other thing we can do is train explosively. Whether you're training your weighted pull-ups, whether you're training normal pull-ups, whether you're training specifically explosive pull-ups, like chest to bar, or like stomach to bar, or I don't know, hips to bar, whatever, right? Make sure you have some explosive training in your routine, because the bottom of the pull-up, right, is where you're strongest at. And so we need to get the momentum from the bottom part to be able to lock out the top part where we're weakest, right? So doing stuff like explosive pull-ups, I found really helps out. And the last thing is using chalk. Why people say this gives you like a 10 or like 30% strength boost is because it actually does. Your body is stopping your muscles from firing as hard when your like grip is unstable, right? And so you need to 100% use chalk. And on top of that, make sure you're using a semi-false grip where you're grabbing the bar like this. And what that'll do is shorten the range of motion a little bit and just give you like a little bit better leverage at the top. You watched to the end of this video, and clearly it's really helped you out. But I want to help you out even more. So I'm offering my one-to-one coaching for absolutely free. If you want to get that, you can go to the first link below. That is Weightasthenics on School. It is my like free community. You can it's obviously just a normal community. You can post stuff. You can see other people's posts, comment, whatever. But we can also start training you one-on-one to get you the best progress you've ever seen. You can click the link below to see other people I've helped, and maybe you'd like some too. So, see you, bro. Keep overloading.